You step onto the jet bridge and feel it immediately. Recycled air, the faint smell of coffee, and the whisper of the ventilation system above your head. The overhead reading light casts a yellow circle on the tray table. People shuffle past with backpacks. One person coughs 3 rows ahead, and your hands remember the airport kiosk and the security bin. You're suddenly thinking, can I avoid getting sick on this flight? That concern, the hum of the vents, and a worry about germs is exactly what I want to calm and fix for you. Start before you leave home. First, pick the right mask and pack extras. A well-fitting N95 or KN95 you've tried on at home, 2 disposable replacements, and 1 cloth backup. Put a small bottle of hand sanitizer, a travel pack of unscented disinfectant wipes, and a reusable water bottle in your carry-on. Check your aircraft type in the booking. Long-haul jets and most narrow bodies on major airlines use HEPA filtration and high air exchange rates. Some regional turboprops and older commuter jets may not. If you can, choose a flight on a mainline jet rather than a tiny regional plane. It's a small change that matters for air handling. At the airport, wash your hands after security and reapply sanitizer before you board. If you're anxious about crowds, avoid gate area seating that backs into the crowd. Stand a little away from congested gangways. Boarding strategy matters. If you bought priority boarding specifically to avoid people, weigh the cost. Sometimes it's worth it, but often a smart seat choice and timing will do the trick for free. Bring a book or download shows so you won't feel pressured to accept a close-talking seatmate's conversation. On the aircraft, act decisively and calmly. Put your mask on before you reach the gate area, and keep it on unless you're actively eating or drinking. Wipe down the tray table, armrests, and touchscreen if the airline provides one. Do the same for the seatbelt buckle and the small table latch. Use unscented wipes and allow surfaces to air for 30 seconds. That improves effectiveness. Keep your water bottle sealed until you're settled, and drink through a straw or the bottle mouthpiece rather than touching the cup rim the crew hands you. Here's the real reason the ventilation conversation is confusing. The systems on most jets mix outside air with recirculated cabin air, but the recirculated portion passes through HEPA filters that trap tiny particles. Think of the cabin ventilation like a big central vacuum combined with a fine coffee filter. The vacuum pulls air out and in quickly, while the filter catches most of the particles you worry about. That's why airlines say they have HEPA filters. On large jets, the system exchanges and filters cabin air many times an hour. The exception is some small commuter aircraft where recirculation and filtration are different or absent. That's why checking plane type matters. Let's put some concrete numbers and risks on the table so you can make a rational decision. A single, well-fitting N95 mask costs roughly $1 to $5 each when bought in small packs. A branded pack of 10 can be $15, $40. Travel-sized sanitizer runs $2, $8, and wipes cost $5, $15 per pack. A small personal HEPA air purifier designed for travel sells from about $70 up to $300. If you choose to buy an extra seat for distancing on a long flight, that can range from roughly $100 to several $100s, depending on the route and load factor. The realistic worst cases. If you ignore mask use and hygiene, you increase your chance of catching a respiratory infection. Getting sick abroad can cost hundreds to thousands of dollars for care or force canceled plans. Missing connections because you boarded late to avoid crowds might cost $200, $500 in rebooking fees, or even more. In short,
Inexpensive masks and wipes are effective. Expensive gadgets help, but are not required. Many useful links can be found in the description. If you want the cheapest, safest, most practical approach, here it is in one package. Wear a properly fitted N95, wipe your immediate surfaces, choose a window seat, limit movement during the flight, hydrate, and avoid touching your face. A window seat reduces people passing by and gives you a surface to lean against when you rest, lowering your exposure compared with aisle seats where feet and cart traffic come by. Masks do the heavy lifting. They protect you far more than the little plastic barriers some airlines sell or the expensive seat sanitizing sprays at the gate. Now, one specific misleading airline or seller trick I see often. Airlines and some travel vendors sometimes sell priority boarding to avoid crowds, as if it alone protects you from germs, or charge high fees for disinfectant kits at the gate. Priority boarding can help if your main goal is to board before a large crowd, but it's an upsell used to monetize anxiety.
Instead, refuse the upsell and use these free or cheaper alternatives. Pick a window seat in advance, often free within 24-48 airlines. Board in the middle of boarding if you want fewer people around you in the jet bridge, or request medical pre-boarding at the gate for free if you have a documented condition. Don't buy overpriced wipes or air-purifying sprays at the gate. Bring your own supplies. If a vendor claims a plane has a special filter upgrade for your flight, verify the aircraft type and the airline's own technical information before paying extra. A few practical in-flight actions that most people skip but are easy. Point your personal air vent slightly away from your face rather than directly at it. Turn it on to create a small airflow that can reduce lingering droplets around your breathing zone. Avoid opening the overhead vent full blast at someone else's seat. Keep the flow personal and directed in front of you. Put a small folded paper towel or tissue on the tray table before setting a drink down if you're worried about cup rims. When you deplane, keep your mask on until you're away from the jet bridge and at the baggage area. That's when you'll be in a crowd. Why all this works? Masks reduce the number of particles you both expel and inhale. HEPA filters remove a large fraction of particles when systems are operating normally, and surface cleaning reduces the chance you'll transfer virus from a high-touch place into your mouth or nose. The best combination is layered: mask plus hand hygiene plus minimal touching of your face plus surface wipes. Each layer reduces risk. Together, they reduce it dramatically. A few extra tips for muscle memory. Practice putting on and removing your N95 so it fits snugly and you don't constantly adjust it on the flight. Bring an extra clear, resealable bag for used masks so you don't contaminate clean items in your pocket. If you travel frequently, keep a small kit: 3 masks, a 3-ounce sanitizer, and a pack of wipes. Refill at home so you don't pay overpriced convenience prices at the airport. A final realistic note about fear versus control. You can't eliminate every risk, but you can choose high-value, low-cost protections that make the trip safe for most people. Masks, wipes, window seats, and hand hygiene give you the largest reduction in risk for the least money and inconvenience. If you have an underlying health condition, talk to your doctor about vaccination, boosters, and extra precautions before travel. If one rule sticks with you, let it be this: layer simple protections and be skeptical of pricey gate upsells that promise safety. Pack a good mask, wipe your space, sit by the window, hydrate, and keep your hands off your face. If you liked this practical checklist, please subscribe and like. It helps me keep making short, useful travel health guides. Thanks for watching.